Speaking of top of the food chain, Bernard Hopkins is a guy that's shown even at 50 he's still effective. Of course, he had a loss against Kovalev. He's talking about maybe taking on Gennady Golovkin. Do you feel that's a good route for him to go, or do you feel maybe it's time for him to be able to walk away?
Well, I mean, look, you have to admire his toughness. You have to admire his resilience. Um, when he lost, I believe, to Dawson, or when he lost to Taylor, people had made those suggestions before, and he came back and, befuddled those critics. I think that the fact of the matter is that even though he lost, he still went 12 rounds with a guy that has been labeled the Krusher and a wrecking ball. He still went 12 rounds with him, and then you can see at certain points and times in the fights that he had him a little flustered. He had him a little off cue a little bit. So certainly off of that performance does not suggest retirement at all, and I think that would be a good fight and an interesting fight.
Do you think that would be a good test as far as finding out if Golovkin can handle a top elite fighter?
Well, I think it'd be a good test for both men. Bernard is just as qualified as getting that fight than anybody else that they're speaking of. That's no disrespect to Martin Murray. That's no disrespect to the gentleman he just fought. But I don't see where Rubio can beat Bernard. I don't see where some other guys that Golovkin has fought can beat Bernard. So, why not? It just depends on, the weight, and can he safely make the weight? Will it affect him? And if he can without any trouble and stress and strain on his body, I think it would be a very interesting fight.